I thought I was finally healing, until the man who made me feel alive again turned out to be living two completely different lives. One life with me, soft words, late-night calls, and promises of a future, and another life with someone else. A woman who had no idea I even existed. I didn't find out from him. I found out when she called me, crying, shaking, begging me to tell her the truth. That night, I realized something far uglier than betrayal. You can share your soul with someone and still know nothing about who they truly are. This is the story of the man who said he loved me while loving someone else at the very same time, and how discovering the truth nearly destroyed both of us. I met him on a Thursday evening, one of those quiet, ordinary evenings where nothing special is supposed to happen. The kind of evening where you drag yourself home, make a cup of tea, and scroll through your phone just to escape your own thoughts. His name was Adrian Hayes. The first thing I noticed was his voice. Warm, steady, careful, like someone who didn't want to step on the cracks of your broken past. We didn't meet on a dating app. We met by accident, in a support group chat for people dealing with loneliness and emotional burnout. I wasn't supposed to speak there. I never did. I always stayed silent, reading other people's stories, trying to convince myself that my pain wasn't as heavy as theirs. But that night, I typed something. Something small, something vulnerable. Some days feel heavier than others. Within seconds, he replied privately, "If today feels heavy for you, then you don't have to carry it alone." It was something so simple, but when you're tired, simple kindness feels like a miracle. We talked that night for almost 2 hours. Not about love, not about relationships, not even about our pasts. We talked about coffee flavors, favorite movies, childhood memories, and why we both hated Mondays. And when I went to bed, for the first time in months, I didn't feel lonely. I felt understood. The next day, he messaged me again. "Good morning, Natasha. I hope today is kinder to you." Nobody had told me something that gentle in a long time. Not since I was a teenager. We started talking regularly. Short messages at first, then longer conversations, then voice calls that lasted until sunrise. There was something different about him. He didn't rush me. He didn't flirt too early. He didn't force intimacy. He talked like someone who wanted to know my heart. Before he touched my body, he asked about my dreams. The things that made me smile. The things that scared me. The things I'd never said out loud to anyone. And he remembered everything. Every detail. Every small thing I shared. It felt like he was memorizing me. One night, as we talked about our favorite childhood memories, he suddenly became very quiet. I asked, "Are you okay?" He hesitated before answering. "I'm trying not to fall for you too fast." My heart stopped. He continued, "You speak like someone who has survived a lot, and I don't want to become another wound." I didn't know what to say. No one had ever spoken to me with that kind of emotional intelligence. I whispered, "I don't think you're a wound. You feel like the opposite." He laughed softly, the kind of laugh that sounds like someone smiling through the phone. And for weeks after that, our connection deepened. We weren't in love yet. Not fully. But we were drifting toward it. Slowly, naturally, like two people walking side by side, and suddenly realizing they're holding hands. Then one evening, he told me something that made my heart melt. "I feel safe with you. Not I like you. Not you're beautiful. Not I miss you. I feel safe." That sentence meant everything, because safety is rarer than love. And I told him the truth. I feel safe with you too, but safety is fragile. Safety is temporary. Safety can disappear. With one secret, one lie, one truth you never see coming. And the man who made me feel safe was carrying a secret so dark, so painful, so destructive, that it would not only break my heart, it would shatter the heart of another woman who loved him just as much as I did. But I didn't know that then. All I knew was the sound of his laughter, the warmth of his voice, and the feeling that maybe, just maybe, I had finally found someone real. In a world full of people pretending to care, I didn't know. I was falling in love with a man who was already in love with someone else. And the first sign, the first warning, came in the quietest way possible. A message from a stranger, a woman, one sentence that froze my entire world.
Hi, can we talk about Adrian?
That message stopped my world.
Hi, can we talk about Adrian?
Just one line, but it felt like someone had taken a knife and pressed the cold edge against my heart. I stared at the text for almost a full minute. I didn't reply. I didn't breathe. I didn't blink. My mind went numb. My fingers felt cold. My chest tightened with a fear I had no name for. And yet, there was a strange whisper in my head. He already knows something is wrong. I typed back slowly. Who is this? The reply came instantly. My name's Elena. I'm Adrian's girlfriend. My entire body froze. Girlfriend?
No. No. No.
The word echoed in my skull. Each repetition like a hammer striking bone. I felt dizzy. My vision blurred for a moment. I swallowed hard, trying to stay calm, trying to breathe, trying not to scream. But all I managed to type was, I think you've made a mistake. She responded within seconds. I wish I had, but I know who you are. I saw your name on his phone. My heart crashed into my stomach. Saw my name? On his phone? I whispered to myself. God, what is happening? I typed. Why are you messaging me? Her reply felt like a punch, 'cause I think he's been talking to both of us. My breath hitched. The room felt smaller. The air felt heavier. I typed. How long have you two been together? She wrote, 2 years. 2 years. I felt sick. My hands started shaking so badly, I almost dropped my phone. 2 years? He told me he was single. He told me he was healing. He told me he was lonely. He told me I made him feel safe. 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. The words kept ringing inside my head. I typed. Elena, I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. She replied, I believe you. 'Cause the way he hides his phone, it's like he's living 2 lives. I pressed my hand against my mouth, trying not to cry, trying to make sense of the storm hitting me from all directions. She continued, Can we talk? Please. Woman to woman. I hesitated. Part of me wanted to block her. Part of me wanted to scream. Part of me wanted to call Adrian and demand answers. But a deeper part of me, the quieter, wiser part, knew the truth always comes from the person with nothing left to lose. I typed. Okay, I'm listening. She replied. Natasha, he tells me he loves me, but lately he's been distant, hiding, distracted, pulling away. And last night, he said your name in his sleep. The phone slipped from my hand and fell onto the bed. I covered my mouth as tears flooded my eyes. He said my name in his sleep, next to someone else. I felt my heart break in a way I didn't know was possible. I typed with trembling fingers. We talk almost every night. I had no idea he was with someone. She wrote, he tells me he's working late, or helping a friend, or at the gym. My stomach twisted. Those were the exact excuses. He gave me 2 exact same sentences, exact tone, exact lies. I whispered, oh my God. He used the same script for both of us. Alana sent another message. Natasha, what exactly is he to you? I closed my eyes. Tears slid down my face. What was he? A friend? A dream? A lie? A man who made me feel safe? A man who made me feel seen? I typed the truth. I think I was falling in love with him. There was a long pause, long enough for my heart to ache, in a way that felt physical. Then she wrote, I think he was falling for you too, and that's why I needed to talk to you. Silence spread across my room. Heavy. Unbearable.
Deep.
I typed. Elena, what do you want from me? Her reply came like a blade. I want to know if the man sleeping in my bed every night is also the man calling you every night. My tears fell harder, 'cause I knew the answer, and she knew the answer, and the truth felt like poison between both of us. I typed. What do you want to do now? She replied with the trembling honesty. I want the truth. And I think you want it too. And she was right. We were two strangers in pain, connected by one man, living two lives. Elena wrote, Can we talk on a voice call? Please. I can't do this alone. My heart thudded painfully. My hand shook. My throat tightened. But I typed, Yes. Call me. And when my phone rang, my world split open. 'Cause the voice I heard wasn't angry, wasn't jealous, wasn't hateful. It was a woman who loved the same man I did and was breaking just as much as I was. And together, we were about to discover just how many lies Adrian had built around both of us, lies that went far deeper than cheating, lies that had roots in a past neither of us knew existed. When the call came through, I stared at my screen for a full 5 seconds. My heart was pounding so loudly, I could hear it echoing in my ears. Incoming call, Elena. I took a slow breath and pressed accept. At first, there was silence. Just breathing, hers shaky, mine uneven. Then a soft voice said, Natasha? I swallowed hard. Yes, I'm here. Her voice cracked. Thank you for picking up. I didn't know who else to talk to. There was something painfully honest about her tone. It wasn't anger. It wasn't jealousy. It wasn't accusation. It was heartbreak. The kind of heartbreak only another woman could recognize immediately. I whispered, It's okay. We'll figure this out together. She sniffled, then said, I don't even know where to begin. I just feel like my whole world is shaking. I nodded, even though she couldn't see me. I understand. I feel the same. For a moment, we were just two women, holding pieces of the same broken truth. Finally, she spoke again. Natasha, how long have you and Adrian been talking? I hesitated, not because I didn't know, but because saying it out loud felt like confessing my own gullibility. Almost 5 months, I said quietly. She sucked in a sharp breath. Oh my God. 5 months. And he never said anything? Tears burned behind my eyes.
No.
I thought he was single. She let out a pained laugh. The kind of laugh that comes from someone who hasn't smiled in days. Yay. He's good at making people feel that. Then she added, He's been distant for months. He hides his phone. He goes to the balcony to talk. He deletes messages the moment he gets them. My chest tightened. Those were the same behaviors. I noticed too. I whispered, Elena, what made you reach out to me specifically? There was silence. Then she said, voice trembling, Because yesterday, I accidentally opened his phone and I saw your chat. My stomach twisted. She continued, And the way he talks to you. It's not how a man talks to a stranger. It's intimate. Almost like her voice broke. Like he's in love. My breath caught. I closed my eyes. She wasn't wrong. He spoke to me with a softness I hadn't felt in years. A kind of gentleness that felt sacred. Special. Mine. But it wasn't mine. It wasn't hers. It wasn't real. I whispered, Elena, I don't think I was the only one. I think he was living a double life. She went quiet. Painfully quiet. Then she said, I think it's more than that. My eyes opened sharply. What do you mean? Her voice trembled. He didn't just lie about you. There are messages, photos, other women. My heart dropped. Other women? She continued. I found conversations going back years. 2 years with me. 5 months with you. And maybe more. She exhaled shakily. I think Adrian has been living several lives. Not just 2. A cold shiver ran down my spine. What exactly did you see? I asked. She swallowed audibly. A contact saved as work friend. Another saved as gym group. And one saved simply as N. I froze. N. Is that me? I whispered. Yes, she said softly. It's you. My throat tightened. Alina added. But, Natasha, there's something else. Her voice dropped to a whisper. I don't think you and I are the only women he's telling. I feel safe with you. He sent that same message to at least 2 others. My heart sank to my knees. For a few seconds, I couldn't speak, couldn't breathe, couldn't move. He wasn't just cheating. He wasn't just lying. He wasn't just confused. He was a collector of hearts, of attention, of women who were vulnerable enough to fall for kindness dressed as love. I finally whispered, Elena, why are you still with him? There was silence. Then she said something that broke me in a way I didn't expect. Because I thought I could fix him. Tears spilled down my cheeks. Because I understood. I understood too well. She wasn't stupid. She wasn't weak. She was hopeful. Broken. Trying. Just like me. I whispered, Listen, this isn't your fault. And it isn't mine either. Her breath trembled. Then whose fault is it? His, I said softly. All this time, he was choosing to hurt both of us. She exhaled shakily, like she'd been waiting months to hear someone say that. After a long pause, she said, Natasha, there's something else I haven't told you. My heart pounded. What is it? Her voice cracked. He told me he wants to marry me. A sharp pain stabbed through my chest. Marriage? I whispered. When did he say that? Last week, she replied. The same week he told me he needs more alone time. Because of work stress. I felt sick. Last week was the same week. He told me, I feel like you're becoming the most important person in my life. I put a hand over my mouth as tears streamed down my face. And then Elena said the words. That shattered everything. Natasha, I think he was planning a future with me, while building a fantasy with you. My breath hitched. And I think he didn't expect either of us to find each other. Silence fell between us. Heavy, painful, suffocating. Then she whispered, And there's one more thing you need to know. My heart stopped. What is it? Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper. Adrian told me. He was meeting a woman from his support group. A woman he felt emotionally connected to. My stomach twisted painfully. Natasha, I think that woman was you. When Elena said the words, I think the woman he connected to was you. The entire world around me seemed to blur. Suddenly, the nights I had spent laughing with him, the soft ways he spoke to me, the things he told me about loneliness, all of it felt contaminated. I whispered, Elena, we need answers from him. She inhaled shakily. I know, but I'm terrified. Of what? I asked. She didn't speak for a few seconds. Then softly, of the truth. I felt that, deep in my bones, because I was terrified too. But the truth always finds you, whether you're ready or not. The next morning, something happened that neither of us expected. Adrian called me. Not text, not voicemail. A real call. My phone buzzed on the table. His name glowed on the screen. My heart stopped. For a moment, I just stared at it. Frozen, breathless. Then, with trembling hands, I answered. I didn't speak. Neither did he. It was just breathing. And finally, in a shaky, guilty, almost broken voice, he whispered, "Natasha, you talked to her, didn't you?" My throat tightened. "Yes," I said quietly. He exhaled sharply, a sound somewhere between relief and panic. "I need to explain," he said. His voice was trembling so badly, I almost didn't recognize it. I swallowed hard. "Then explain." There was a long silence. Then he said something I never expected. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. A familiar line. A coward's line. A liar's line. "What wasn't?" I asked. Another silence. Then he said, "My life isn't what you think it is." My stomach twisted. "Then tell me what it is." "I can't," he whispered. "Then I'm done," I said. My voice cracked, but I meant it. "Natasha, wait." "No," I said, You don't get to keep both of us in a lie." He breathed shakily. "I wasn't trying to hurt you." I laughed bitterly. "You're hurting both of us." Then I said something I wasn't planning to say. "Do you love her?" Silence. A long, heavy silence. Then, "Yes." I felt my heart sink. "And do you love me?" I whispered. He didn't hesitate. "Yes." My breath caught. My chest crushed. "How?" I asked. "How can you love two people at the same time?" A long pause. Then he said, "'Cause I'm not the man either of you thinks I am." My hands went cold. "What does that mean?" I asked quietly. He inhaled slowly. "You don't understand. I never wanted this." "Then what did you want?" I asked. He whispered, "A life where I could be myself. Where I didn't have to be responsible for anyone. Where I didn't feel trapped." I felt a cold chill run down my spine. Trapped by who? He hesitated, then said the words that changed everything. "By Alina." I froze. "She wouldn't let me leave," he whispered. "I tried. So many times. But she clung to me. She broke down. She threatened to hurt herself." My heart dropped. "She made me feel guilty," he said. "She made me feel responsible. She made me feel like if I left, she wouldn't survive." I didn't know what to say. 'Cause this wasn't just cheating. This wasn't just lying. This was manipulation. Emotional warfare. Fear. He continued. "So, when I met you, you felt like freedom." Freedom. The word stabbed me. "And what was she?" I asked. "Duty," he whispered. "Obligation. History. Pressure." My breath trembled. "And I was what? A safe place for you to run when you couldn't breathe?" He didn't answer. So I asked again. "What was I?" He finally said. "You were the only part of my life that felt real." My heart cracked, because the pain in his voice sounded honest. Too honest. I whispered, "And what was she?" He paused for a long time. Then quietly, "She was the part I couldn't escape." My chest tightened. He whispered again, "I loved her first. But I loved you. Best." Tears filled my eyes. 'Cause that sentence didn't feel romantic. It felt cruel. "You don't get to love two people," I said through tears. "I know," he whispered. "And that's why this is killing me." Then he said something that hit me harder than anything else. "I wasn't cheating on you. I was choosing both of you. Because I couldn't survive losing either one." I covered my mouth, trying not to sob. Then I whispered, "That's not love, Adrian. That's fear." Silence. A long, shaking silence. Then he whispered, "There's something else. Something I never told either of you." My breath froze. "What?" His voice broke. "Before I met you, before anything with Alina, I was diagnosed with severe abandonment trauma." My heart stopped. He continued, "I latch onto people, not out of love, but out of fear." He inhaled shakily. "And you and Elena, you became my anchors. Without either of you, I felt like I would drown. Tears streamed down my face. Adrian wasn't a monster. He wasn't evil. He wasn't heartless. He was broken, terrified, drowning. But that didn't make the pain any less real. I whispered, Adrian, you can't heal by breaking the people who care about you. His breathing trembled. I know, he said, and that's why. I don't know how to fix this. Then he said, I love you. I closed my eyes. And her? I whispered, I love her too. I felt my heart crumble. And love shouldn't hurt this much, I said softly. He didn't reply. He didn't need to. 'Cause we both knew. We were standing at the edge of something that couldn't be fixed with words. Then he whispered, Natasha, please don't leave me. A tear fell down my cheek. I'm not leaving, I said. You already did. And I hung up. My hands shook. My chest hurt. My breath stuttered.
'Cause now I knew the truth.
He wasn't living two lives because he was selfish. He was living two lives because he didn't know how to live one life without breaking. But knowing his pain didn't erase mine. And the story wasn't over yet because Elena had just heard everything. She had been on mute the entire time. There was a long, terrifying silence. After I hung up, for a moment, I thought the call had ended completely. But then a quiet voice whispered, Natasha, I heard everything. It was Elena. My heart dropped. Elena, I whispered. I didn't know you were still here. I stayed, she said softly, because I needed to hear the truth from him. Not from his excuses. Her voice wasn't angry. It was empty, like someone whose soul had been drained out, drop by drop. Elena, I'm so sorry, I said. She exhaled shakily. Don't apologize. Everything he told you. He told me too. I froze. What do you mean? She laughed bitterly. You're my safe place. You're the only person who understands me. I can't lose you. I love you best. My chest tightened. He said the same lines. To both of us. Word for word. Like rehearsed scripts. Elena continued. Her voice softer now. He didn't just lie to us. He duplicated the same emotions. My throat closed. Elena, what do you want to do now? There was a small pause. Then she said, we confront him. Together. My heart skipped. What? We call him, she said. As two women he broke. He deserves to face what he built. I hesitated. Are you sure this is a good idea? No, she whispered. But it's necessary. Silence filled the line. Then she said calmly, I'm calling him now. The phone rang on a three-way call. Once. Twice. 3 times. And finally...
Hello?
Adrian's voice sounded exhausted. Fragile. Like he was already drowning. He didn't know both of us were on the call yet. I whispered, Adrian. He exhaled shakily. Natasha, please don't hang up again. But then, a second voice spoke. Adrian. He froze. Elena? His voice cracked like breaking glass. She said nothing. He whispered, Are you both here? Yes, Elena said. And we want the truth. And not the soft version. Not the wounded version. The real version. I stayed quiet. My heart was hammering so hard. I thought they could hear it. Adrian breathed in slowly, shakily, like someone standing on the edge of a confession that would destroy him. Then he said, I didn't mean to hurt either of you. I loved you both, in different ways. No, Elena said firmly. You loved the feeling we gave you. The comfort, the validation, the safety. Not us. He didn't reply. I whispered, Adrian, why didn't you end it with me? Or her? His voice trembled. Because I didn't know who I was. Without either of you. My eyes filled with tears. Elena spoke first. And why did you lie? A painful silence. And then he said something. that stabbed both of us, because the truth never kept anyone with me. My breath shook. Adrian, you kept us because you lied. I know, he whispered. And I hate myself for it. Then why keep doing it? I asked. He inhaled shakily, 'cause I was afraid that if I chose one of you,
I'd lose the other.
and in the end, I lost you both anyway. Elena's breathing cracked. So what were we to you? She asked. He whispered, You were my stability. And me? I asked softly. You were my escape? Tears spilled down my cheeks. Elena finally broke. You can't build different lives on different women and call it love. He didn't answer. And that silence told us everything. After a long, painful moment, Adrian whispered, Tell me what to do. How do I fix this? Elena answered first. You don't, I added quietly. You let us go. His breathing grew fast. Panicked. No, pleads. I can't lose both. Elena stopped him. You lost us the moment you decided to split your soul in half. He cried softly. Real, broken, messy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I just wanted... His voice collapsed. Completely. Elena whispered. Goodbye, Adrian. My heart trembled. I whispered. Goodbye. And then, for the first time in months, we hung up on him. Both of us. At the same time, after the call. Elena didn't speak for a while. Then she whispered, Natasha, thank you. For what? I asked. For being the only person who understood the pain. I couldn't explain to anyone else. I exhaled softly. Elena, we were both victims of the same lie. She sniffled. I don't hate you. I don't blame you. I blame him. Tears rolled down my face. And I hope you heal, she said softly, because you deserve a love that doesn't use you as a hiding place. So do you, I whispered. Silence. Then she said, This ends today. She hung up, and for the first time, I felt the weight begin to lift. Just a little, just enough to breathe. That night, I wrote my truth in my journal. I wasn't destroyed because he loved two women. I was destroyed because he made both of us believe. We were the only one. I closed my eyes and whispered to myself, Some men don't cheat because they don't love. They cheat because they don't know how to belong. But Adrian didn't belong to me. He didn't belong to Elena. He belonged to the shadows. He refused to confront. And we both walked away before those shadows consumed us too. That was the night I finally learned you can't save a man who uses women as life support. And sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let the broken stay broken so you can start healing yourself.